Hello, I'm going to take you through the process of using Maya in conjunction with HDR Light Studio 2. We have a hairdryer model already set up in Maya with the mental ray shaders assigned, but there's no lighting in the scene. So what we need to do is export the model and the camera position as an MI file. So I shall export all, put the file on the desktop, call it hair. It's an mental ray file as picked from this drop down menu here, and export. There you go, that's now saved. So I'll close Maya, and here we have HDR Light Studio, and I will drag and drop my hair MI file onto the new Live Light preview window. And here we'll see the same model with the same camera position. Okay, here's the model. So I shall make it larger. There we go. Now currently we're viewing this in reflection mode. We could view it in illumination mode or combined reflections and illumination, which is more obvious once you actually get some lights in there. But for now we use reflection mode, which is the fastest and most productive way of lighting this hairdryer. So I shall pick a light from my picture lights, over 100 are included with HDR Light Studio 2, and I shall pick a big soft square of light which works rather well, and put that reflecting in the side of the hairdryer to make it nice and big, and turn down the brightness. Okay, so that's our first main light. Next I want to get some light happening in the front of this handle and the front of this nozzle. So I'm going to copy this light, move it around, and there. I need to make this wider. That's really good. Okay, turn down the brightness a little bit on that light. Next I want some light in the top of the hairdryer here, and then the top of the nozzle. There we go. So a light over there. Turn down the brightness of the edge and scale that up. And I think I will copy this light and just try to get some more brightness happening in the nozzle. Which that is doing. Okay, if we were to use this in a magazine or on packaging or advertising, the likelihood is this image would be placed onto a white piece of paper. So to bed this in properly, I am going to place some light behind the hairdryer so that the edges of the hairdryer are reflecting some white background. And I'll just show you that we can isolate the effects of this light and any of the other lights for that matter by pressing Control and the visibility button here, which is really useful for just making sure we know exactly what each light is doing in the scene. So I'm happy with that. So the first thing is I'm going to save the project so I can open it and edit it later, save that on the desktop, and also render a HDRI to use back in Maya. I'll save it as a HDR. Save. So we very quickly lit this hairdryer. What you see is what you get in terms of the lighting. So now I'll return to Maya, go to my render controls, render settings, indirect lighting, and create image based lighting sphere there. So now I can pick my HDR from the desktop. The orientation of the sphere in Live Light and Maya is matched, so that's all I actually need to do. So now I go to open the render window and render this main shot, and let's see what we get. Okay, so there you have it, the finished render. The lighting we had in Live Light has faithfully been reproduced and used in Maya. Because the hairdryer has a satin finish, then this has been kind of spread out and isn't as directly noticeable on the render, but it is providing the correct lighting. What I can do is select the hairdryer, replace the material, which will be a useful thing to show. So here's a hairdryer, hypershade. Let's replace the material with the shiny black and just do a render of this. So there you have it. Let's get Live Light over here. So you can see that from Live Light into Maya, we've perfectly matched the lighting between them. So now we have a process where we can confidently light an object using HDR Light Studio and know that the results will work really well when we're back in Maya. Thank you for watching.